A single refused insurance form could stop 1,000 satellites. One small bureaucratic no could render the audacious act of leaving our planet too risky to finance. The rocket still works. Its engineering, a marvel of precision and power. The satellite is ready, a testament to human ingenuity, poised to connect the world and observe its fragile climate. But the invisible architecture of money and rules has changed. This is not a story of fire and explosion, but of a quiet, systemic failure. It begins not on the launch pad, but in a risk assessment report, where a pen stroke grounds an entire industry, revealing a vulnerability no one saw coming. The scale of the consequence is juxtaposed with the smallness of its cause. The visible explanation for a slowdown would be rising costs, rockets, satellites, launch danger. But that is only the tip. The true story lies beneath: global finance, risk management, regulation. The mechanism for managing risk vanishes, triggering a chain reaction no one anticipated. A hidden failure, the collapse of the market that underwrites the space economy. Insurance enables banks to lend, investors to invest, and companies to innovate. Without it, the ecosystem unravels. Ahead, the baseline, the first cracks, the wider fracture, escalation, a colder long-term state, and the deeper signal. Why this quiet failure reshapes our future. Enjoying the investigation? Tap like to help more minds find this. Drop your take. What hidden risk should we follow next? Subscribe for more if-verse realities. Steady, grounded, curiosity first. A satellite mission unfolds in steps. Design, build, test, launch, operate. We shake, bake, and irradiate hardware to survive space. Capital flows from owners and banks, protected by a policy that sits atop the whole structure. Lenders are risk-averse. Insurance is the shock absorber. If a launch fails, the policy pays and loans remain viable. Credit stays affordable. Rockets are among the most complex machines ever built. Margins are razor-thin. In 1986, Challenger's O-ring failed in cold weather. Small part, catastrophic loss. In 1996, Ariane 5 failed from a software conversion error. One number, vehicle lost. Insurers pool risk. No one carries a $200 million loss alone. They price risk by hardware history, mission complexity, and market conditions. If payouts surge or risk jumps beyond profit, insurers leave. And when they do, everything slows, fast. Now, the immediate shock. The cadence of launches breaks. The moment insurers stop underwriting most launches, satellite owners feel the first tremor. Costs spike, not from rockets, but from the loss of the financial safety net. Companies must fly bare and own catastrophic risk or pay extreme premiums, if any exist. For startups, this is prohibitive. Bank financing evaporates without coverage. Investors pull back as risk becomes unpriced. Launches are delayed, then canceled. Planned smallsat constellations, global internet, continuous Earth observation, precise weather, become unviable. Connectivity stalls, updates slow, data grows stale. Less frequent imagery erodes climate and forecast accuracy. Users feel it. Higher prices or degraded data. The sky grows quiet. The shock begins on balance sheets, but does not end there. The waves move outward. Factories, workers, and the rules of access to orbit start to shake. A financial earthquake. Its aftershocks are coming. Satellite factories rely on steady orders. When launches pause, lines go silent. Skilled people, decades of tacit knowledge, are laid off. Key suppliers often make a single critical part. When demand drops, some close forever. With a closure, a capability can vanish from the industry. Launch providers need cadence. Volume makes each rocket affordable. Fixed costs stretch across fewer missions. Unit prices rise. A dangerous feedback loop locks in. Many nations mandate launch insurance to protect the public and manage liability. With private cover gone, governments face hard choices. Either move risk to taxpayers or restrict access further. Either path reshapes who can reach orbit and why. Now the spiral deepens. Remaining underwriters face unquantifiable risks from fractured supply and rising costs. When parts change, failure risk rises, and premiums soar. Prices reach levels only state-backed firms can pay. Investment capital flees to safer bets. Waves of startups die. Innovation sputters. Aging fleets fail and drift. Debris density rises. Collisions beget fragments, beget more collisions. Higher orbital risk validates insurers' retreat. Governments respond with tighter controls, favoring only the safest missions. Experimentation is locked out. Regulation becomes a cage. Market failure plus tighter rules drives a downward spiral into stagnation. If this opened a new angle on risk, give it a like. Comment your next what if below. Subscribe to If-Verse for grounded premium explorations. Before, hundreds in LEO. After, a few massive GEO platforms, a handful of colossal players, state and corporate, dominate. Conservatism rules. Proven missions over experiments. The dream of vast, affordable constellations dims. Access narrows. Connectivity and data costs rise, especially for poorer regions. Public good services, disaster response, agriculture, suffer. With few providers, one failure ripples across an entire calendar. The final frontier becomes a high-walled garden. The sky is no longer a limit, but a ceiling. The deeper payoff is still ahead, and it transforms how we see risk itself. Insurance is more than payouts. It is a critical market signal. By pricing risk, insurers probe for weak points. When insurers exit, that early warning system goes dark. Risk shifts to taxpayers. One loss can cost billions and ignite politics. In 1996, insurers paid hundreds of millions, absorbing shock and forcing fixes. That pressure improved testing across the industry. Without insurance, incentives for safety investment weaken. Adaptation is possible. Mutuals, public reinsurance, relentless reliability. But it takes years. Insurance is the quiet engine of incentives and confidence. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching If-Verse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.